The season's almost over and it's not getting any easier, but we can still win $50,000. Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's Jason Mattis with Winning Bets. Thanks for hanging out with me on this episode. It's our weekly Premier League show where we have a chance to win $50,000 over on the NBC Sports Predictor app. We can correctly predict 5 games on Premier League Matchweek 36. 5 games, you got to give them the result and the score to get all 50 points. If you do that, you can take home that $50,000. If nobody can do it, they'll give away a guaranteed $1,000 prize. Group people that get the most points. 4 points right if you can get the result. 10 points right if you can get that correct score right. I'll caution you guys, this is extremely tough at this point in the season because you've got all the relegation spots now wrapped up. You know who's going down in the championship game. You've got 2 teams that are already confirmed now to go into the Champions League next season. Then you've got that group where, teams battling for Champions League, battling for your Europa League, and then a group of people stuck in the middle. So this is just really tricky when you get a lot of these games in this contest where it's either both teams have nothing to play for or maybe one of the teams has nothing to play for. So we'll obviously try our best, but you just don't ever know. To the end of the last couple weeks of the Premier League season you always see some weird score results where it's like that team beat that team or, that game ended 0-0. It's just, you get some weird stuff. So we'll try our best and hope that we can do it. And let's see if we can win that $50,000. All right, so the first matchup now is Southampton versus Fulham. This one's going to be interesting just because normally when you see a team get relegated, then they start to generally perform better because, that pressure of maybe going down to the championship game and getting relegated, that burden's been lifted off of them, so to speak. I mean, just look at Sheffield. They rifled off how many losses in a row. They got relegated. Then their next game, they came out and got a victory. So I actually think maybe Fulham actually looked better. Obviously, they looked terrible against Burnley, their last time out, losing that game 2-0. But maybe Fulham will look a little bit better. Meanwhile, for Southampton, after a really hot start to the campaign, they've just been bad all season long. Obviously, injuries hit them. They lost their central midfielder there and Romeo. I mean, that was just an absolute brutal injury to them. He was that heart of that team. He's what really shores up the defense of the midfield and is the glue that holds it all together. So they've obviously struggled without him, rightfully so. But in this fixture, I think there will be goals. I'll go ahead and give a wild 2-2 game. So this one will be a 2-2 draw. All right, so the next one here is Brighton versus West Ham. Now you finally get a team in West Ham that at least has something to fight for. They're fighting for Champions League. They're fighting for Europa League. So I think that alone will be enough to push them up over the edge of Brighton. They're already the better team. Talent-wise, they're the better team. They've had the better form. Obviously, since the transfer window, their offense has ticked up. Defensively wide, they've still been pretty strong. Brighton's been strong, though, on the defensive end. Let's give them credit. Brighton is, at times this season looked like, a top 10 team so far this season. They're attacking. They just don't have it quite in the finishing third or, the final third, or maybe their final touch has been off. But give Brighton credit. They just need to really work on their finishing. And, they're a team that could maybe pop up into the top 10 of the table. So, because they've been good defensively all season. But, yeah, get back to West Ham, though. West Ham's fighting for more. They've got the better team. Go ahead and give me West Ham on that 2-0 win. Next one we got here is Tottenham versus Wolves. Like West Ham, Tottenham's still fighting for something. They can still get on into the Europa League, so they'll be looking to go into that and get a nice result. Wolves, mid-table. They've had nothing to play for really the past few weeks. Their results have been weird, really, really weird. They've looked good, and they've looked really bad. I mean, losing, 3-1 or 4-1 to Burnley a couple weeks ago, and just they've been a tough team to figure out. Kind of like what I said there in the opening of, it's really tricky to kind of figure these teams out and what kind of performance maybe they'll put in. Wolves have certainly been one of those teams, but they've still been generally good defensively. Tottenham has been generally decently good defensive. You add that with maybe a Wolves team that has struggled for goals throughout most of the season without Jimenez. This one will be boring, folks. Snooze fest, 0-0 draw. So I'll go 0-0 there. Next one we got here is West Brom versus Liverpool. This one is being pre-recorded pre-Manchester United Liverpool, so don't exactly know where Liverpool sits, but wherever they sit, they're still hunting, for the European football next season. West Brom's already obviously been relegated. I think West Brom can get a goal though, and that's just how bad Liverpool's back four, has been this season, obviously due to injuries. But so I think West Brom will get one, but offensively speaking, you got that powerful three. You got Jota coming at them. You got Mane, you got Salah, Firmino. It's just gonna be way too much for this West Brom defense, who leads the league in goals conceded so far this season in the Premier League. So Liverpool will win the game. They'll get the job done. Give me a Liverpool 3-1 win. And then the last one we got here is Everton versus Sheffield. Give Sheffield credit. I mean, or not, yeah, Sheffield credit. The performances have, gotten better since they've been relegated. But again, like I said, you kind of see that with teams, right? Because there's so much pressure on will you be relegated that that's been lifted off their shoulders. They know they're going down to the championship. They've been playing better. But like kind of the West Ham, like the Liverpool and the Tottenham, Everton still has something to fight for. Again, this is being recorded pre-Aston Villa Everton, so we don't know the result. But either way, Everton's still in the hunt there for European football. They've got the better players. They've got the better tactics overall with Ancelotti right there leading them. So yeah, give me an Everton win. I'm going to go ahead and say Everton keeps the clean sheet here at Goodison Park. Give me the Everton 3-0 win. All right, that's how we'll do it for chance to win $50,000. Only 3 more weeks left in the Premier League. It's really sad to see another campaign come to an end, but hopefully we can win some of this money there before the season ends. As always, I wish you good luck on your picks. Hit that like button if I've helped you, and we'll see you guys back here on the next contest. Have a good one.
Thanks for watching this episode of Winning Bets. I'm Jason Mattis. I'll see you again when we are celebrating the wins and making more winning bets. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe for more winning bets.